I would say I was incredibly excited that we achieved those milestones. I thought perhaps we had maybe a 20 or 25% chance of achieving both milestones where the booster and the ship both did a soft propulsive landing in the ocean. And so it really was, we achieved all the objectives, which I thought was unlikely. And we've got the most talented team of rocket engineers that has ever been assembled, and that's how we're able to accomplish these things. So it's always an honor to work with great people to accomplish great things.
I would say that I was really happy that we had reached those goals. I estimated that there was a 20 to 25% possibility that we would accomplish both milestones, where the ship and booster both made a gentle propulsive landing in the water. That's exactly what happened. We met every goal, which I didn't think was possible. We are able to do these things because we have the most talented group of rocket engineers ever put together. Working with wonderful individuals to achieve amazing things is always a privilege. Elon Musk is once again in the news, and this time it's all about Tesla and SpaceX's most recent astounding accomplishments with the Starship rocket. Here's the thing, they were able to soft land the ship and the booster back into the ocean. And you know what? They had absolutely no chance. To illustrate how difficult this task was, Elon himself was placing bets on only a 20 to 25% probability of winning. The good news is that, in spite of the bleak odds, the bright minds at SpaceX and Tesla did an absolutely fantastic job. We are discussing an engineering achievement that has the potential to revolutionize space travel in the future. They have not only achieved their objectives, but also pushed the limits of what is feasible because of their serious abilities and unwavering commitment. This successful landing is more than just a victory. It's a huge step forward, demonstrating that space is the limit if you have the right crew and enough perseverance. These are significant milestones. Beyond simply achieving a landing, they are aiming to create history, create new opportunities for human space travel, and perhaps even pave the way for a time when Mars will be more than just a dot in the night sky, but a destination that we can visit. The success of the Starship rocket by the SpaceX team serves as a daring reminder that taking significant risks can result in even greater rewards. This, in my opinion, may support the idea that civilization is ephemeral and brittle. Becoming a multi-planet species and spreading consciousness to other worlds and eventually to other star systems is what we can do to extend the likely longevity of civilization. The expected lifespan of humanity and awareness, as we know it, would be greatly extended by this. In actuality, SpaceX wants to overcome the single planet constraint. Now, what is so interesting about this whole Mars City thing? Elon Musk does more than just shoot rockets into orbit because it's a fun weekend pastime. The extension of human civilization to other planets is his grandiose aim, which sounds like something from a science fiction film. Yes, you heard correctly. It's going to become interstellar, so buckle up. Think about it. Compared to the ancient rock that we dwell on, Earth, humanity have only been here for roughly 5,000 years. Musk is asking himself, why not spread out a bit? He wants to construct a whole city on Mars, not simply a small vacation spot for people. Imagine that, a busy Martian city covered in red dust, with coffee shops and possibly even a zero-gravity gym. SpaceX wants to make life multiplanetary, and in order to finance the expansion of awareness beyond Earth, they want to make money from any space-based endeavors, like constructing an internet system in orbit. But why Mars? Musk believes it could be helpful to have a backup plan in case Earth ever has a cosmic tantrum, such as when giant asteroids start playing tag or our beautiful environment becomes a bit too hot. And not just any backup plan, but one in which people are flying about on a different planet to make sure that humanity's lights are kept on regardless of the chaos that occurs at home. On Mars, it's similar to having your cake and eating it too. This is about opening the doors to the universe and declaring, hey, universe, we're here to stay, rather than merely avoiding catastrophes. It's about turning those stars in the night sky into your next-door neighbors. The problem is that you can always add departments and regulations back in if you remove them. As it happens, those were crucial. You can always replace them. In actuality, this is similar to breaking a culture and economy. We must break the bonds that are impeding development and keeping our civilization from moving forward. Elon Musk, meantime, is appending the status quo by challenging the way we manage laws and government agencies, igniting debates that may have a significant effect on the way businesses like Tesla function. Let's examine what he has to say. Elon Musk is currently contesting the complex regulatory environment. He isn't only following any rules that are presented to him. No, sir. In essence, he is suggesting, hey, can we get a little spring cleaning over here? Well, this might be a game changer for Tesla. Regulation simplification expedites the adoption of innovative technologies and energy solutions, which is ideal for Tesla. Every antiquated rule that is simplified or eliminated could have a direct impact on Tesla's capacity to develop and implement new energy products and automotive technologies more quickly and effectively. This is when things get even more spicy. Elon proposes that we change things up by imposing fines on individuals who break the laws, rather than having extremely drawn-out procedures for things like environmental approvals. Okay, do your thing, but if you mess up, you're going to pay for it, is how it sounds. This strategy might result in a more vibrant, accountable innovation environment where Tesla, a company renowned for its quick development cycles, might prosper without being hampered by red tape. Elon's goal is to clear the bureaucratic clutter and create space for advancement. And who knows, perhaps we can see the floor, or, the future, if we get rid of enough outdated regulations. This future is bright for Tesla, streamlined and far more inventive. I enjoy applying physics methods, such as a first principles approach. I need to repeat to myself a straightforward procedure that I created after repeatedly committing the same error in the hopes of reducing the frequency of these errors. The first thing you do is to make the requirements less stupid. You simplify and eliminate the requirements, because in the best scenario, you will only receive the correct response to the incorrect question if you don't remove and reduce the prerequisites. Additionally, Argentine President Milei supports this audacious strategy by stating, hey, maybe it's time to trim down the government itself. In order to spur innovation and strengthen the economy, he is all for eliminating certain ministries and regulations. It seems as though they both think that sometimes you have to get go of the old in order to make place for the new in order to move forward. However, I say, well, just go ahead and do it, because people are frequently reluctant to remove things. You're obviously not eliminating enough if you wind up adding a small amount back in. The removal of too many rules and regulations is a huge thing, in my opinion. It's okay if you wind up putting a few back. As you can see, there is a strong push to avoid making things too complicated. Making requirements smarter is the first step in order to avoid receiving the correct answers to the wrong queries, such as ensuring that we are not merely following procedures without actually advancing. And here's a clever tip. Don't be afraid to undo things if you're going to remove some steps from a process. However, there is a rule to follow if you discover that you have taken too much away. If necessary, return at least 10%. It all comes down to identifying the sweet spot when everything functions flawlessly and there is no extraneous fluff. In my opinion, the government's primary responsibility is to guarantee that the rules are sound and that the playing field is level. In essence, the government serves as the referee for the football league, ensuring fair play and reasonable rules so that the players can play. However, government continues to expand throughout time, until eventually there are more officials than participants on the field. Then, it's a bad game. According to Elon Musk, governments could learn a lot from the business sector, particularly on competitiveness. He has a point. In contrast to businesses striving to gain our favor, governments frequently enjoy the advantage of being the only option available. Consider the DMV. We've all experienced that unique joy, haven't we? It was enjoyable to watch the paint dry while waiting in line. Musk, meanwhile, is stirring things up here. What if government services competed with fast food restaurants to persuade us to enter? To keep us hydrated while we wait, the DMV would likely be giving away free coffee and donuts if it were a burger joint, because we would just move our company to the next competition who treats us like royalty if they didn't step up. For you, that's the beauty of competition. It quickly transforms meh into wow. According to Musk, government agencies work hard to keep us satisfied or risk our dissatisfaction. Imagine selecting your DMV in the same way that you select your coffee shop. That's an interesting concept that may keep everyone alert. However, on an interactive real-time platform such as X, they may view not only what was stated, but also the responses and